Alan Edgett here, and welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man Powered Up. And with the inclusion of two new Robot Masters, Time Man and Oil Man, the weakness chain has been altered for new style. So, let's start off with Bombin. And all the new style stages are heavily influenced by the original stages. They're not tile for tile the same like old style is, but it's pretty heavily based on the original stuff. Of course it is. It's a remake, a reimagining of Mega Man 1. I did not mean to slide, and I meant to say that I'm not going to hold charge a lot. One, because it makes an annoying noise, and two, it's kind of overpowered. Here we have a checkpoint. I will use it to knock Sniper Joe's shield out of his hands. The hardest part of this game isn't bosses or anything, it's platforming. Platforming is ridiculous in this game. Hearts aren't Mega Man heads in this game because you play as more than Mega Man, and picking up a Mega Man head as Roll or a Proto Man, it just doesn't make sense. Or even Guts Man or Cut Man, so it's replaced by a generic pink heart thing. Make your jumps with precision if you don't want to fall in a pit or on spikes, because spikes are insta-death. Take Sniper Joe out. Touch every checkpoint you can. I'd make it a point not to drop down ladders like this instead of like climbing down, because majority of the time there's spikes or a pit below everything, and that's not cool. Spikes are insta-death, and we don't want that. And I just disobeyed my rules like 3 times by jumping down the ladders. But oh well, we're at the boss now. We're at Bombin. He had some big boom booms then. I'm just gonna charge shot him because I don't have his weakness. I believe Bombman is weak to the rolling cutter. In new style they have these super powerful moves, and you can't hit them while they're doing it because they're flashing and invulnerable, so you gotta wait till they're vulnerable again. Don't do it again, Bomb Man. And that's a cute little animation they have. If you kill them near the wall, they squish up against it. That's Bomb Man. And since the weakness chain has been altered, normally you'd take Bomb Man's weapon to Guts Man. But that's not Guts Man's weakness anymore. Well, it's not his primary weakness anymore. So we have to take Bomb Man to a different stage. But after beating Bomb Man, we get the Hyper Bomb. And that's how it works. That's the Hyper Bomb. So, I think she says that in between every level, so I'm going to skip it if I can. You used to be able to take Hyper Bomb to Guts Man and beat Guts Man with it, but in new style, it's good against Iceman. Iceman stage is pretty tricky for me when playing on the TV because it's got tricky platforming, and my depth perception with the PSP, its tiny screen on my TV, it throws my jumps off sometimes, and I land in spikes an awful lot. Those shield enemies are not in Mega Man 1, they were added to this. And they aren't like any other shield enemies from all the later Mega Man games because they take forever to turn around, and that throws me off every time. They take so darn long to turn around. The charge shot can actually kill those little slider things on the ground, but here I can just skip all that and slide under the... No! You don't want to miss that jump because that spikes at the bottom of that pit. So be careful. I could go the upper way, but I'm not going to. Here, do not miss this jump. Oh my gosh. My depth perception, I'm going to be making excuses, but that's my story and I'm sticking to it. I'm blaming on the size of the screen, of the PSP screen on my TV. It doesn't fill up the whole screen like normal games do. And that's throwing me off. But what can you do? And the ice physics. But yeah, do not miss that jump. Here we have a checkpoint. I'm going to charge that up. I'm going to hope I get like a 1-up drop or something in this area. That's one thing about Mega Man Powered Up. Your shots don't go through walls like most 8-bit Mega Man games, so you got to take that into account. This is a really tricky jump for me. You got to be at the very end to make it. And it takes me forever to make it. Now here's the hardest part for me. It's a lot more of these little green platform jumps. So I got to be really, really careful when making these jumps. This first one here fakes me out every time. I get so scared doing this part. This stage and Gutsman stage are the worst platforming wise for me. If I could just make this next jump, we're golden. I made it. I don't know how to get that construction piece. I'll get those construction pieces when I can pass one and know how to get to it. But it just unlocks stuff for the construction mode, which I don't plan on using much right now. But we've made it to Iceman. So hot swap with LNR to the Hyper Bomb. His invulnerability phase ends right after he shakes off. So get ready to chuck bombs at him. And once again we squish a Robot Master up against the wall. It's a cute little animation. It's Hyper Bomb. So from Iceman we get boom, the Ice Slasher. And that's what that does. And I accidentally skipped it, but that's okay. So next time on Let's Play Mega Man Powered Up, we'll take on Fireman. I'm Alan Edgehead, and I'll see you next time.